the chants, and that's for good reason.
Whoa.
A man has joined the stage who in his second year has got them to be a program that College Game Day is live and playoff implications are in week 3. Woo. Ladies and gentlemen, the head coach of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish football team, Marcus Freeman.
Yeah, coach! There you go.
Pretty electrifying.
Marcus knows how to pump up a crowd. He gets it.
I think he just showed up. I don't even know if he did it.
It's like The Rock. This is what happened when The Rock showed up last week.
Yeah, it does feel like that, honestly. And I know this is home for you right now and forever, we all assume. How quickly, though, once you become the head coach, did you realize that this is special? This is an incredible group. When we got on the campus this morning, we could feel it, Coach, everywhere. Everybody is yearning for this football team to be great. Now it's your job to do it. When did you know that was the case when you became the head coach here?
You know, I think I realized it as a defensive coordinator. It doesn't take long to be on this campus around these crazy, amazing fans to know how awesome this place is. So it didn't take me long at all.
That was a good pop right there. Let's talk about your team. Sam Hartman seems to be the perfect quarterback for your team. Had him on game day a couple weeks ago. I asked him, I was like, I assume there was a lot of teams that wanted his services. And we could just go through it right. Imagine if Sam Hartman's at Alabama right now, the conversation that is happening with how good he is and what he can do. Instead, he's here at Notre Dame, seemingly a perfect fit. What was your pitch to him, and why was Sam Hartman the right guy, you think, to lead year 2 under your regime here?
Well, I think we both kind of were recruiting each other, right? And really seeing, is this the right fit for him? And was this program the right fit to really bring in a guy like Sam Hartman and to really both get the best of what we're looking for? And so the things that we talked about was, what do you want, right? Why are you in the transfer portal? What do you want? And a lot had to do with being in a pro-style type offense and playing on a stage like this. Yeah. And this is what it's all about. And it's been great since it's happened. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he does tomorrow night.
Yeah, we all are. He's been great. AJ has something for the former teammate.
Marcus, I'm curious, what do you tell these high school kids when you recruit them to Notre Dame? Like, I'm sure each kid has their own motivation of what they want to get out of their college experience, but what are the biggest selling points you have for Notre Dame? We know sometimes it's tougher to get people in here at times, and there's super high standards, but obviously we have all this great history and tradition, but what's the main thing you usually talk about when you're recruiting these guys?
Well, we talk about, number one, it's about football, right? And these young people choose to come to a place like this because they believe they can win national championships and be developed by the best. And so we don't shy away from that. Number two, we talk about what the education provides for them, right? This is such a special place, a special network that truly will do amazing things for you once you get done with it. And so we really say, hey, everything you want can be accomplished when you come to a place like Notre Dame.
Yeah, and then do you ever just say, we got one of those, nobody else got it? This is the biggest Jesus
No
Christ.
doubt about it. No doubt about it. Nobody else has that.
Nobody has that big of a Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? That has to be good omen somewhere.
Yeah. These guys are awesome.
Yeah, I mean, people say a lot of things about our show. We got to be one of the only ones to ever have a full touchdown Jesus channel. How about that? I think 15 minutes in. I think we need to be shown a little bit more respect. Tone has a question for you, Coach.
Coach, obviously you played Ohio State last year in a close one. How different was that for you? And are you kind of happy to have that one out of the way? How are the nerves when you're going against your alma mater when you're playing them tomorrow?
I think every game you play, that's one of the chills that you have when you run out that tunnel. No matter who the opponent is, that is one of those very few times in life you get to have those chills. So I'm sure I'm going to have them like anybody else. But when you talk about the difference between last year and this year, it's experience, right? And last year going into your first game at your alma mater, huge game. There was a lot there's a lot of noise, man. There's a lot of distractions. And the reality of it, this is week 5 for us versus a great opponent. But you can't let the things that really don't matter to winning a football game really creep into your head. And I think going through the experience that I've gone through, even through last year, right? The highest of highs, the lowest of lows, you realize, like, focus on the things that matter. Focus on the things that are going to really help you perform on Saturday and maybe not the stuff that's surrounding the game.
I don't want to talk about last year because where we are right now, but like last year, I don't know if you can say that. Late for the third hour. Appreciate that. These Catholics. Oh, that's amazing.
What are they saying? I can't understand, Pat.
You know, yeah.
Lock, Ohio.
Good luck, Ohio.
Lock, Ohio.
Marcus is from Ohio. That makes sense.
Yeah, thank you, Ohio. Yeah, I think they're saying. Don't want to take a trip backwards, but we have to, I think, because what you've been able to do here has been phenomenal. Just your second year. There was a time last year, early in the season, where I think you probably heard the noise. What everybody was kind of talking about is Marcus Freeman going to be able to do this at this level at Notre Dame with how many eyes are on it. What was it there that made you add in? Like, what happened, do you think, in that time to find your culture in this locker room?
I mean, I think during those moments, they're pretty tough. And I think you learn the most about yourself and your team through those hardest times. And I learned a lot about our team after that loss to Marshall and a lot about myself. And the same thing after you lose to Stanford. And what you realize, man, is that you have to fix the process. And you got to fix what you're doing with urgency. And you also realize time heals everything, man. The lowest of lows, you'll move on, right? And the highest of highs, they're high, but you got to move on to the next week. And so the experience, man, it is invaluable, but just the understanding that, man, time will heal it. Like, you'll be okay. Fix the process and try to really block yourself from the noise. That's what you have to do during those difficult times and the good times, right? When things are going well, you got to block yourself from the noise because that noise doesn't help you win a football game.
I like having the blinders on. And you know, they say the brightest sun comes after the darkest dawn. It's like that's what you got going on here. Ty has a question for you, Coach.
Coach, Pat mentioned it. Like, when we got on campus this morning, the energy is palpable. And obviously at Notre Dame, like, expectations are always going to be sky high. These people expect you to win every single week, no matter who you're playing. And obviously, you know, like, it's early in the season still, and, you know, there's a lot to be had. But does this team feel different? I mean, I know it's tough to do because you have so much ahead of you still, and you have Sam Hartman, but it's not just Sam Hartman. You have a bunch of dudes on this team. Going into this game, does this team feel a little bit different? I mean, granted, you're ranked in the top 10 and everything, but does this feel like a team that could go win a national championship?
They answered that question for you.
Yeah, but you're in the locker room.
The reality is, here's the reality, right, is this team feel different than the last team? Absolutely, because it's a new team, but that doesn't matter. What matters is what the heck you do on Saturday, right? And that's the reality of it, man. And so I could feel great, but we have to make sure that we're ready to perform when it matters, and that's Saturday night at 7:30 right there in Notre Dame Stadium.
Okay. Hell yeah. So I know you used to fly around, you know, on a football field a little bit, you know, and I assume you take that to coaching, and you're still in it. You're still in it. You look good. I don't know if it's stress not eating or if you're still getting after it. You look fantastic. When you see this Ohio State team, and now I think McCord's look different each week almost. Yep. What are you preparing for? How do you prepare for it? And how is the week gone looking at the Ohio State Buckeyes? Yeah,
it doesn't take long to watch film and realize, man, this team is extremely talented. And it's from every position on the field, and they're really deep. And so it's going to be a great challenge, man. You know, the quarterback, as you just said, continues to get better and better and better. And
is that tough, though? Because you don't have a lot on him, right?
I mean, you got 3 games. But you're not going to say, okay, I saw something in his first 3 games that is going to completely change what we've done.
Got it.
Right? And the beauty of it, each week you make small schematic changes that's going to give you a chance to have success, but you're not changing who you are, because at the end of the day, you need your guys to play fast. And the only way they're going to play fast, they know what they're doing, why they're doing it, how they're doing it. And so we have to make sure that we put our guys in position to play fast, because it's a talented opponent we're going against.
Hey, is it always this hot? I mean, it feels hot.
It's like this every day in South Bend.
Yeah. For the recruits watching, look at guys. Touchdown Jesus standing tall. The fans are losing their mind. I don't know if anybody's going to class. I love that. I will let you know that. Looks like a West Virginia crowd out here. Connor has a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, it feels like in these last few years, coaching hard has kind of come back. Like, you can actually coach dudes and not be worried about, the repercussions. But how do you balance that? Because obviously with NIL and the transfer portal, you don't want to kind of, bury somebody when, obviously you care about them. You want them to be better. You're trying to get the best out of them. But how do you balance that with also the, in the back of your mind, knowing some of these guys might leave because of how, how many people jump in the portal?
The reality is I have a strong belief in you can push guys as much as they trust you, man. And you have to have a feel for the guys in your room. You got to know the guys that need this type of coaching versus that type of coaching. An old adage of coach everybody the same is it's different.
Yeah.
Each individual's different, and you got to know what it takes to get this person to perform at the highest level. And so if you have that trust and they know that they can be pushed and you can coach them really hard and they can perform, do it. If it's a guy that you need to put your arm around, like we used to do,
Like
with
AJ.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Then you saw that happen. But I think the reality is you have to be authentic. Like, you have to be who you are. That's why I love seeing Dahn. Like, he's authentic. And it shows our young people that you don't have to be somebody you're not. You don't have to be this tough, hard no, and you don't have to be somebody's best friend. You have to be authentic to who you are to truly maximize the results of your young people.
How much you paying attention to everything happening? You just talked about Dahn there. How much are you talking about or thinking about the entire landscape of college football? Because, Coach, I don't know if you've been looking around. Huh?
No,
Top 10 right now. This weekend,
Yeah.
big win. You're not saying it, but you know what's on. We're talking about catapult real quick.
Oh, yeah.
This year seems to be wide open more than years past. Obviously, Georgia's Georgia. They were even down in the first half, though, I think, last week. So it's like, have you kept up with the college football landscape? It's wide open right now.
Yeah, I mean, as a fan, you look and pay attention at those games and who's winning, who's losing. You don't get a chance to watch them all, but then you go back into your office, you realize the only thing that matters is this. What's going on now?
I have no idea.
More water?
I think AJ Hawk sits the peace on. Really good people.
That guy, I chatted with that guy earlier. I've never done that. Not once in my life.
I have middle of the night.
Yeah.
AC Slater?
Don't lay my head on the wall before I do that.
Yeah.
You gonna AC Slater it?
Oh yeah. 2:30 a.m. So tired. Oh my God. Just.
I don't know. I don't know.
Nothing better.
I would leave my head on the wall before I do that. But yeah, I get it.
Clean your toilets, you
Yeah.
Yeah, geez
Louise.
Louise. Pooping on the floor.
Clean your toilet. Not have your head on your.
It's not dirt. Nothing's dirty.
Head on the wall, though.
It's on ESPN.
Sorry, Coach. Yeah. We should get back to the topic of the conversation.
That wasn't it.
All right, let's
Is
talk.
it fun though, Marcus? Honestly, is it? It's a huge responsibility being Notre Dame head coach. Obviously in football, is it? Do you ever have moments where you're like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah,
this is awesome.
Absolutely. Moments
Okay.
like this, you realize, man, it's special, man. It's special.
We saw your sweet balcony driving in.
You saw that?
Yeah, we heard about it.
Don't
Hey,
stop by.
they're taking care of you around here.
Yeah, there's some perks to being a head coach at Notre Dame.
Well, one of the perks is that you get prime time every single week. And obviously, whenever you take that gig, we know it. We talk about the NBC deal and how NBC has part of the NBC sports business model is Notre Dame football. New AD here, formerly NBC Sports president Pete Pavakwa, he can spin it, by the way. He was in our office
yeah.
a couple months ago. He can spin it. Maybe the best suit.
Punter, wasn't he a punter?
Yeah, so you know what that means. Say it. Great
He can
athlete.
spin it.
Great
Yeah.
athlete.
Makes a lot
Thank
of
you.
sense.
Appreciate that.
Charming.
But the NBC relationship with Notre Dame seems to go hand in hand. When you get the head coaching gig, do you have to sit in a bunch of conferences with NBC and are they a part of any decisions? And how awesome is that relationship for you to utilize whenever you are recruiting?
Yeah, we sell that. That's what makes this place different, right? We're independent, okay? We have our own TV deal with NBC. That's what makes Notre Dame different. No other school in the country has something like that. But in those conversations, I let those other people have it.
Smart.
Yeah, I'm not into those.
Well, the thing about it is the reason why NBC has a deal with Notre Dame for every single game is because look at the people that showed up on a Friday because Coach Freeman's going to be.
That's the one I want to see. Wayne, greater than Centerville? Huh? That was our high school.
In Dayton.
High school rivals, yeah, man.
Yeah.
What was he like?
Marcus did everything in high school, by the way.
Punter?
Yeah, he did punt. Yeah.
So
I remember
here's
watching
the
punt. number
reality.
one.
When I was young,
Prom
right,
king.
everybody worshiped Ryan Hall, his older brother.
Oh, he knows.
He
Ryan.
was.
Yeah, you met
So
him.
do we.
He was the guy. He was the guy. And then Then this dude came along, man, became a beast.
Just a
And,
psycho, right? This guy
yeah.
always has been.
Yeah, man, he's nuts. But
Yeah.
that's what made him good, man. That's what made him good. I never lost a Centerville in my time. You beat Wayne, right?
Yeah, we beat
Yeah.
Wayne.
Yeah.
So what's the age difference? Not the same age.
2 years.
2 years. You're my draft class, 09, right?
Yeah.
Let's go. We did it. You're the head coach of Notre Dame, and I say dumb stuff into the microphone. We appreciate the hell out of you, man. Good luck this weekend.
Blake Groupie he texted me and said, make sure you give Pat McAfee some mess, because you said that he wasn't going to win the kicking job.
Bro, Will Lutz, the former kicker down there, is very good. Like
Yeah.
Pro Bowl, All Pro. He's unbelievable. This group guy, Groupie,
Groupie.
he's phenomenal.
Yeah, man. He did a great job. He told me to give you some message.
No,
like that.
well,
I said I
you probably thought the same thing I thought. There's no way a guy that small can kick a. He murders the ball. He's a very good kicker.
would. I was shocked, man.
Very talented.
I'm happy for him.
You like your special teams now? You pay attention to that?
Oh,
Obviously,
yeah.
you're a smart coach.
Absolutely.
We're going to win the third phase here, you think?
Better. If we want to win this game, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, head coach of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Look at the crowd here for you. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcus Freeman. Oh, we appreciate you, Coach. Hell yeah, you're the man, dude. You're awesome. That was sick.
Yeah.
They love him.
I mean, this crowd, what, tripled?
That's love, man. That's real love.